Today I am joined by Jody Biagini and Jake Coldren, who work side by side almost every day on media planning and understanding where all these shifts and changes in the market's going and what our clients need to be doing and how to make good investments. And so, Jody, you want to just give a quick intro and background?
Yeah, I'm Jody Biagini. I'm the Director of Media Strategy and Planning, and I've been at Cicerone for 10 years.
I'm Jake. I'm the Director of Media Investment Strategy. Been here only about 2 years, but I've been in the business for an awful lot longer than that.
So, as we all know, what's sort of instigating these conversations that we're having is that cookies are essentially trying to go away. And there are some forces that are sort of forcing the hand, if you will. And so when you think about that, like, how scary is this? Is this scary or not that scary?
I think, from that perspective, there's things that are going to change, and I think a lot for the better. And it's just something that has been a long time coming, and I'm just excited to see what evolutions are going to happen because of this, because I think it's really kind of pushing people into gear and make some changes that probably should have been in the making over the last couple of years.
I think that it is an opportunity for people to maybe be jolted awake a little bit and sort of take notice of some things that I think, frankly, we've been taking for granted for an awful long time. And now that some of these things are going away, or whatever you want to call them, it gives us all a chance to reassess and reevaluate, take a good hard look at what we've been doing and where we want to go, and start to make some thoughtful decisions as to the place we want to take our media plans moving forward.
For the people who do think this is a little scary, can you guys think off the top of your head, or just what are some of those things you think we have been taking for granted that this is going to shine a bright light on?
In my perspective, the idea about cookies, especially third-party cookies by means of targeting through programmatic channels, has become a bit of a crutch. It's given us an excuse to say, well, I'm just going to go to Oracle. I'm just going to go into our buying platform or wherever and find my audience there. And I have faith that it'll get pushed out and the messaging I want to put into market will find the right people. What this does is that it becomes an excuse not to actually get to know your audience and to get to know what makes them tick, what they think, what they want from your brand, what they need from your brand, but also, who our current state and then future state audiences are. So not having to think about that too hard has meant that we've not had to really put any time or energy into maintaining a working understanding of our audiences. And now with that crutch being removed or being kicked out or whatever you want to say, it's a chance to, as I mentioned earlier, sort of reassess our audience strategy and really get to know who our customer is in the end.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think, for us, it's not just now we're not forced just to rethink our media strategies going forward, but it's really rethinking our whole communication strategy. And that involves a lot of different players. We need to understand what marketing automation is doing, what the communications teams are doing. How do we in turn affect our media plans? But then what is that creative that we're putting out there? It's so much more than, hey, what's our audience? Oh, I can find that audience in this drop-down list and let me go after it. It's really having to dig deeper and understand who we're talking to, what are their needs, and how do we meet those needs?
It's trying to find some of that nuance of just like, what are the attitudinal factors at play that I may not even be considering? And then having that understanding in place, what does that open up from a comms perspective? How does that change creative? How does that change where your messaging shows up and how you appear in the world? And what different kind of impact can a brand make? What different kind of conversation can we have with our audiences that are simply not possible through largely automatic and programmatic channels?